the streets of Freetown to the world beyond. We dey yarn about the things we dey hold strong.
Colleague members of Parliament, on regulatory procedure and approval of tariffs. The law is unequivocal on process of changing tariff. It does not permit operators to do it unilaterally. Under the 2022 Act, Section 117, subsection 3 and 4, this provision is even more robust. It reiterates the 30-day review period and the authority's power to modify. Crucially, it mandates that the authority must publish the proposal on its website and in the Gazette, so that it can attract consumers' interests or concerns. Under consumer protection, there are key questions that I will have to ask thereafter. But under consumer protection rights, Mr. Leader, the Chairman, Committee on Communication, honorable members, the 2022 Act, Section 154, subsection B and I, again reinforces these rights, entitling consumers to a prior notice, individual or public, with regards to any change in tariff and compensation equivalent to the exact loss suffered in case services is denied or interrupted due to an act of omission of the service provider. At this moment, honorable members, I will have to take this opportunity to welcome everyone in this committee room one at this moment. The service providers, the regulator, the ministry, the line ministry, CSOs, the press, and the general public. That this engagement, I will assure you, will be nothing but in the public interest. We are the people's representative. The CSO are the mouthpiece, but we are here to ensure we speak on their behalf. At this moment, Mr. Clark, can you kindly do a roll call and allow the witnesses those concerned to take the front? Start with the ministry, huh? Mr. Clark, call them by their different institutions. Start with the ministry.
Please, officials from the Ministry of Communications, Technology and Innovation, can you please rise for your recognition? Please resume your seats. And officials from NATSA, okay, you will resume your seats. Officials from Orange, Sierra Leone. Resume your seats. Officials from Africell, Sierra Leone. Resume your seats. Officials from QCell, Sierra Leone. We resume your seats.
So,
I'm
all those will, yes, all those will.
kindly asking that those that will be answering to questions, queries, to please occupy this front row for the oath taking. All MDs that are here, those that will be answering to questions, queries from members of parliament, please take the NATCA, the ministry, QCell, AfriCell, Alliance Insurance. A representative from NATCA, excuse me. Orange.
A representative from the Native Consortium.
Those that are Muslims, take hold of the Quran. Those that are Christians, then can we please rise, please?
If anybody, if you have anybody at the back who might be interested in making statements to support your claim, let him also subscribe to the oath. Or you think Mr. DJ, or whoever you think will make a statement.
Maybe they would like to.
All CEOs, let them, yes, the CTOs.
You can stretch your arms towards the Quran or the Bible, wherever you are seated or standing. When I say I, you please call your full names and then you repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You may resume your seat. Having taken the oath, I just want to read out the powers of the committee. Referencing section 93, subsection 3, it shall be the duty of any such committee, as is referred to in subsection 2, to investigate or inquire into activities or administration of such ministries or departments as may be assigned to it, and such investigation or inquiry may extend to proposals for legislation. 93.6. For the purposes of effectively performing its functions, each of the committees shall have all such powers, rights, and privileges as are vested in the High Court at a trial in respect of A. Enforcing the attendance of witnesses and examining them on oath, affirmation, or otherwise. B. Compelling the producing of documents. And C. The issue of commission or request to examine witnesses abroad. The reason why I have read out this particular section of the committee is for the witnesses to be well aware that you being before the committee is you being before the High Court. So if you are found wanting misleading the committee, that one is tantamount to perjury, and it is a crime in the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Thank you. Over to you, Honorable Chairman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clark. Before we go proper into we commence the process proper, I may like to ask the leader of the opposition to make a statement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, the chairman of transparency, as well as the chairman of communication. I normally don't sit in committee meetings, but today I deliberately decided to be part of this meeting and to address you all today out of the deep concern from the growing frustration among Sierra Leoneans, especially on the recent increment in the data tariff I think it's for both Africell and Orange. Yes, network operator. And this decision has come at a time when the people of this country are already facing severe economic hardship, when also the cost of living is very difficult, and when the cost, and also when the prices for fuel, has reduced, and the exchange rate is gradually improving. So one comes to ask, why should the increment take place at a time when the financial burden is to be reduced on our colleagues Sierra Leoneans? This increment is very disturbing. I watched a video when a group of Sierra Leoneans were demonstrating, protesting against the mobile network. And we are here, one of our traditional functions as members of parliament is representation. We are elected by people and we ought to protect the interest of the people. We should not dismiss public concern with the back of our hand. We should ensure that it is thoroughly investigated into, and we suggest possible remedy to the current situation they are faced with. Firstly, as the chairman of Transparency said in his opening statement, that there are procedures in influencing this increment. And according to the NATCA Act, both companies should seek express approval of NATCA. And as we speak, this committee is not aware whether such approval was sought or not. So we similarly want to ask NATCA whether they authorize the increment. And you will all agree with me that as far as now is concerned, the quality of service has not been encouraging. I don't know, but for this past 2 months, it's terrible. You'll be talking to somebody, and at the end of the day, you experience interruption. There are times the person will not even hear what you're saying. It's terrible. And that I cannot fingerpoint any specific company. It's common for all the companies. So we have to ensure that we improve our quality of service and ensure we make communication affordable, because it is not an option. One thing we'll do that's very, very disingenuous is to ensure that we make communication very expensive. We have our students, we have those who are pupils, they do all their research, they do all their studies online, and they use this data to ensure that they access the internet. So if it's difficult, if it's expensive, then it will be very difficult for them to be able to afford it. And in this 21st century, affordability of data shouldn't be a choice. So to me, I'm particularly concerned, and I believe the committee is equally concerned, as to what necessitated this increment that precipitated public outrage, to the extent that the public had to be going now to mobile networks to express their dissatisfaction. This is what happens when, people are somehow insensitive to what is going on in their environment. So this meeting, I'm sure, should provide the remedy for what has already occurred. Firstly, Mr. Chairman, I would want to suggest that if due processes were not followed, that NATCA is instructed to ensure that that increment is reversed with immediate effect for the betterment of the suffering masses of this nation. And also, mobile companies, we must ensure that mobile companies improve their quality of service. Very serious, very, very serious. So I'm here because of the public outreach and the concerns we've had so far from the public relating to one, the increment, and two, the quality of service. And for the quality of service, we are all victims, because we use these mobile networks. Some of us have 2 phones, some have 3 phones, so they are exposed to all the mobile networks, so we can assess the quality of service. So I want to believe that success is another form of failure if we don't prioritize our priority. Our priority is to make life comfortable for the ordinary Sierra Leonean and not to make it difficult for them. In as much as our quest is to make profit, but our mistake, let us put the people at the center of our decisions. Because without the people, there will be no common. And to me, I just think data is so important that Mami Fatu, who is in the remotest part of Sierra Leone, must be able to see pictures and videos sent to them by their relatives in Freetown and in other places. We should not deprive them. So this is one place that we should step in to ensure that we create this level playing field so that there will not be inequality in the use of data. It's very important. So Mr. Chairman, I just want to echo those few remarks before you go into your proceedings proper, that during the course of the proceedings, our focus should be the ordinary suffering masses. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dida, and thank you for joining this committee on that. We are all in this together. I think that is the spirit, that is supposed to be the spirit, and that is our intention. We summoned them here to come and tell Sierra Leoneans what was the rationale behind the increase. And for the records, as we sit here, we don't speak color, we don't speak political party symbol or political party interest. We speak the interest of Sierra Leoneans. We are the Parliament of Sierra Leone, so we don't speak politics at this moment. That is why this committee is comprised of both the APC and the SLPP and Paramount Chiefs. That is just for the records. And then at this moment, honorable members, Mr. Leader, I may want to ask similar question you've already posed to the DG. We have the civil society here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, civil society here. So, Mr. DG, are you aware about the data increase? Help me with the mic.
Yeah, La Paz. La Paz.
Good morning, honorables and distinguished guests. I am aware, whatever happened, the process that they applied to get to this point is something I'm very aware of. I'm aware of it. Yeah, it's not a tariff increase though. We have to make that distinction. It's not a tariff increase.
Can I get you clear? Can we get you clear?
A tariff increase.
It is not a tariff increase.
No, it's not.
It is what?
The process for tariff increase is more elaborate. We always have engagements. The CEOs are always involved in this. This is a situation in which the operators have one package, one promotion that they're having issues with. This one promotion, initially they came to me and said, they just came to me and said, okay, we want to change this because this is causing problems on the networks. It's causing congestion on the network. Initially, when they did it, they did not inform me.
Causing congestion.
Oh yeah, congestion on the networks, which affects quality of service, as we're talking about quality of service. So when they did it at first, I told them to reverse it. I said, because you did not follow due process. So the next day it was reversed. This was about 2 or 3 months or so, but they reversed it and we went back to normal. I said, if you want to talk about the issues you're having with this specific bundle, you can come to me and we can sit down and talk about it. So they came back and they kept saying that this is causing congestion in the network, and ultimately this is going to cause more problems than we anticipate. So I said, okay, if you think this is a problem, come sit down with me and give me options. In my capacity as a Director General, I have to satisfy the consumers. I also have to satisfy the government, and I also have to satisfy the investor. I cannot ignore any one of those groups of people. So at any one point, I have to make decisions that is fair. So when they came back and said, come to me with more options. So they came to me, it was not a simple process. It took about 2 months going back and forth. My engineers and their engineers went back and forth and looked at this. And it's for me, I like to use the analogy of being in a bus and going up country or wherever, you keep loading people onto the bus. And the bus driver keeps saying, the bus is full now, I cannot take more people. And we keep adding more people. At the end of it, there'll be disaster. The bus will be slower, the vehicle will be slower because there are more people in there. So as we talk about quality of service, this one Mbps package, a lot of people, I'll respectfully ask at some point that the operators explain the technicality of it. But the amount of people that latched onto this one bundle was causing havoc on the network. So I talked to them about coming to me and having more options. So what happened is the provision of more options for consumers. It was not a tariff increase. Thank you.
John.
Mr. DG. Hold on. Mr. DG. So for our subjects, our constituents in Kobola, our constituents at Yenga, my constituents up the Bamini Hills, Komboya, the Bajia, the Bagwe, cannot understand your submission. In any way, we cannot, and I even refuse to understand that one. I can put it to you clearly. Yeah, we all understand we are in this country when the MNOs told us that they are transitioning to 5G. We all travel to other countries, Mr. DG. We all travel to African countries, neighboring countries, to the United States, where they are using 5G network. If it is true, except if the MNOs are.
In fact, they did it without getting.
First one.
Yes, the first one. Okay, the one that was reversed. And according to him, it's clear, when you see they use the wrong solution to solve the correct problem. Because when data network is congested, the solution is technical. Basically, you have to either expand on your bandwidth or you have to upgrade your infrastructure. So in the absence of infrastructure upgradement and expansion of bandwidth, you don't use extortion as a solution. You don't use extortion as a solution. You cannot say because our bandwidths are congested, let us increase the price. No, because even the services you are providing now are not free. People are paying for them. So because people are paying, there should be a corresponding improvement in the condition of the services that they are paying for. There should be that level of reciprocity. But people can't be paying and you are not willing to either expand on your bandwidth, or you are not even willing to upgrade the infrastructure. And this is what has also been cascaded to even the normal call, the network call, because there is absolutely lack of willingness for upgradement or expansion of the network of the bandwidth. You find out that even the calls are not too clear. The calls, I don't know whether I'm the only one experiencing it. It's all over. The calls are not clear. And because they are not willing to provide solutions to the problems, and it's very clear that when you make a comparative analysis with cost for just a mobile call, the cost, you make comparative analysis to other neighboring countries, you will agree with me that calls are very expensive in Sierra Leone. Very, very expensive in Sierra Leone. And that should reflect on the quality. And how would it reflect on the quality? It is only when they are willing to do infrastructure upgradement. They should have upgraded, or they should have expanded on their bandwidth, and they refuse to do that. And that is the same thing they have refused to do equally on the data. Instead, you increase. It's very unfair, very unjust, it's discriminating, it's untimely. Your actions are not even, you don't even put the people at the center of your actions. So to me, it's frustrating, Mr. Chairman, and we should ensure that quality of service is enhanced at all given cost, and the people should not suffer unjustly because of the inability of the company to upgrade their services or to expand their network. No, the people should not suffer for that. So I take the greatest exception to that, and parliamentary committee should play its oversight role in ensuring that the people have their quality of service, and cost is not used as an excuse. This is just what I wanted to add.
If I could just say something, look.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, the leader. I think we've come thus far with the MNOs and NASCAR. We were in a situation where the network was bad than it is now, and we called several times. And the MNOs gave us timelines for an improved network system. Not so, Mr. DG? And by May of this year, the assurance was all mobile network will have reached their full capacity. Correct?
Yes.
So, meaning the excuse you've given us this afternoon is not tenable.
It is not an excuse. Quality of service has a lot to do with.
Okay, let me land. You will come to a response. I am saying this because, Mr. Chairman, you're fully aware when we were here the last time, they gave us timelines, and we followed through the timelines. And we are situation where we're going to change from generators to solar, the constraints of the mobile companies here and there. All we are lined up, and realistically, we all agree that, okay, with time, we have to allow the MNOs to operate. But when you have explained today, just one question I want to ask. Whilst this change was done within the office, did you inform the public, NASCAR? Is there any notice to the public?
Which change?
You're talking about because the conjunction was on the mobile companies and they have to come to you again to have an understanding of how to realign so the conjunction will be reduced. Did you communicate to the public?
No, they were supposed to. I gave them timelines that they had to communicate.
Did you communicate to the public?
I personally did not. Did
Did you enforce? Did you enforce that the mobile companies communicate to the public before the change?
I gave them instructions.
Do you have a letter or anything?
Yes, I do.
Can we have that one?
I will provide that.
Because the problem is, I am sure what created the outcry is the fact that people get up in the morning and they saw a change. Nothing, they were not informed of the change. Nobody noticed there was going to be a change. And as a regulator, I believe the first thing you would have done after the meeting was to enforce a prior communication before the change.
They did communicate.
How?
Like one example was like that specific package that was going away. There was something in that when you try to subscribe to it, there was a line in there that says, this package is disappearing or will go away in 2 weeks.
Do you remember what we
I'm
said?
just saying that's an example.
No. Do you remember what we agreed here? When we talk about
One meeting, please.
when we agreed, you were here when we said anything that has to affect the people by the mobile coming, the communication line should not just be by the mobile coming themselves. We agreed that you should use radio stations and television stations to educate the people. That's what we agreed.
I'll let them respond to it, but I'm pretty
And that was not done.
They did.
So the truth is, we find ourselves in a situation in which people are angry at us, not protecting them in their view because they were not informed. The people are angry with the mobile comments, feeling they've cheated them because government did not protect them. And you're here explaining to us today a problem and a solution. You agree with the mobile comments without the prior knowledge of the people.
I cannot defend the mode of communication, right? I told them that you have to make sure that there was a time frame given, that you have to ensure that.
What was the time
people
frame?
know.
Mr. Chairman, can we ask for the communication line between the mobile comments and the DG on how to inform the people? I want to see that. That is paramount in this.
I was not asked to bring that, so I don't have that, but I can provide.
Yes, honorable whip, I believe the responsibility of NATCA is to communicate with the mobile companies, and they have the responsibility to inform the public on any change they intend to make. So if the mobile company did not inform the public, we have to hold them responsible. And similarly, the DGs will know that subsequently, if they fail to inform the public, you are the regulatory body. You should also find them or hold them responsible for failing in their responsibility. So the honorable member was just trying to justify the fact that even though it is not your responsibility, but you are the supervising authority for MNOs. So if they fail in their responsibility, you should question them for failing in their responsibility. So I don't think we have much problem with the DG on that. I'm sure we should hold the mobile company responsible.
Yes, thank you very much, Leader of the Opposition. It's unfortunate that you've made a simple issue complex. It's not really what you do, but it's how you go about doing it. From your explanation, DG, you said there was no increase. To some extent, or large extent, you're right. Because the current option existed before. We only saw the end of a certain promotion. Now, to what extent was it effectively communicated? Now, you have your customer base. You know how you communicate with them. Yes, it was evident in the Maxit app, the line you're talking about. We have a country wherein most of those that even use this data today, they don't even throw that app. One simple or one wrong action can lead to some kind of outcry that we are dealing with right now. Because you didn't bring in a new price, but just that maybe you might want to call it marketing that you lure them to that particular promotion and then just cut them off overnight. So, yes, the line existed, but was it really enough? But then again, you mentioned that that change was affecting the promotion, or was affecting quality service because it was congested. So what's the guarantee that it's not going to be congested again because people are moving to what was the promotion? Now everybody is going to the next level. So if the excuse or the reason, if the reason that quality service was being affected, it was because of congestion under that particular promotion, what's the guarantee that when everybody moves to the next level, there won't be congestion again? Because we still have the issues of quality of service to be addressed. I think, again, it's an irony that the communicators have failed to communicate properly.
If I can respond to that, please. Quality of service, like now the options, like if I go back to that analogy of the bus, right? There was one bus that everyone was on. So now we're asked the operators to provide other buses. So there are other options now. If you don't want to be on this bus, you can move to the other one. You know, it's more options. If you have, it's like cut your coat according to your size kind of deal. Please let me
Did you wait? The problem is, it is not you when you make this analogy of the bus, it's not suiting this conversation. The reason is you're not talking about different platform. You're using the same network. People only that people are subscribing with different packaging. But the truth of the matter is, we are talking about a situation where this was preferred because it was cheaper. Now that it is not there, the same people, it's a must that people use internet. So they will move to the next possible option, meaning they will leave the old box. Let me say
it's not the same network. There are other networks. There are others have to sell, there's QCell, there's other.
No, you're saying this is my problem. Mr. Chairman, please permit me. You go to let's say the thing is people were using 60,000 a week. Now it is 100,000. The person who is using 60,000 a week, who must use internet at all costs for business, will still constrain for the 100,000. So if the number is 1,000 and it is creating chaos, this same 1,000 will move to the next option. So meaning the conjunction will still exist. Our problem is not just the cost; it's the cost and quality. So if you say the number is going to because it's increased, meaning deliberately from your own explanation, more people are leaving the bus, meaning poor people we represent will not be accessing internet. You disadvantage them.
Thank you, Mr. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just a short one. You see, in Sierra Leone, yes, honorable members am I protected? In Sierra Leone, the low-income earners, I want you to take note of what I'm saying. The low-income earners, or even the non-income earners, use data more than high-income earners. I will tell you how, and I will tell you why. For example, those of us who are members of parliament, we only use data on our phone to receive calls or send message on WhatsApp. Basically, those are just the reasons, or to do our research, for parliamentary data and all. But now, let's go to the students. You have students who are reading in various universities. Those are non-income earners. They have to access data to do their research. They have to access data to do their studies. We have secondary school pupils who are also reading for external examinations and internal examinations as the case may be. So no sooner you increase the price, you deprive those people from having access to the facility, and you only leave it for those who are high income earners. And to me, it's unfair. It's unfair. That is why I have insistently and consistently stated here, you cannot use the inability of the mobile network to invest on their network. Because what they should have done to solve this problem is expansion, increasing the capacity. That is the solution. Then you say, let us exclude these set of people who cannot pay this amount. Let us use price to distinguish between those who can access the service and those who cannot access the service. And you deprive people who are university students during that process. You deprive people who are students of secondary school pupils, during that process. So to me, the mere fact that the facility is not free and they are paid for, and Mr. Chairman, let me tell you what used to happen in the past. Do you know what mobile network will do to prevent congestion? They will have offers that they make. Like for example, they will say from 12 a.m. in the morning, from 12 in the morning to 3 in the morning. For those who are students, let us leave the network
free for them, or let them subscribe for a small amount so that they can do their studies, they can do their research, they can do their exams work on the data during that period. And during they will wait. They will wait. I have my boys. Those days when there used to be free data from one. I have my boys. They will not sleep. They will wait for that, and that is the time they will be disturbing you. They will be calling you at 1 a.m. Yes, boss, I need to start. I mean, I study. I just like it. But that will help them to decongest the network during the day, because they will wait for at night when the network is less capacitated. So all of these strategies need to have been imbibed instead of outrightly depriving them because they cannot afford. That is my problem. That is my issue. No Sierra Leonean should be deprived because of affordability, especially when you talk about communication. This is the fundamental. Data is the fundamental of any nation's development. The amount of people who have access to internet will determine how developed that nation is. Especially for our student age, our student grouping, we cannot exclude them from this. So to me, I again take the greatest exception, and that I want to insistently state that there should be expansion of network, increments of capacity instead of increments of price for the same services.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. At this point, let's give the MNOs the opportunity to make statements or answer earlier, because of course you are the one the public is actually accusing. You've tagged as being notorious. I'm not saying you are notorious for the records, but you've been tagged as being notorious in price or playing with this tariff. So let's hear from you.
Thank you so much, honorable members of the parliament. Good afternoon, all. I want to first of all acknowledge your legitimacy to ask us these questions. And as you said, you are defending the citizen of this country. And for me, I consider you as the father of everybody because you are elected for that, including us as investors. We are also operating in this country. If we have to outcry, we also have the right to cry in front of you. So we hope that you will listen and understand what we are communicating. So what happened? We launched since May 2024. And for the chairman, I want to also highlight that I feel that Orange is always the company that always people talk about. It's my job as the CEO of this company to explain. And that's why I'm here. So in May 2024, we had so many bundles that are cheaper. You can buy our data for 0.141 levels. You can buy our data for 0.6 levels. You can buy whatever you want, cheaper, 2 levels, internet, you have that. But we decided in May 2024 that we want to increase the digital penetrations. We started investing and we launched these unlimited data bundles. You have 1 day for 15 level. 15 level is less than 0 point something cent dollar. We have 3 days for 40 levels. And you have 1 week for 60 level, 1 Mbps. And you have 2 Mbps for 100 leons. When we launched it, exactly what happened is the customers liked it. And then our traffic started increasing. I have the data. 80% of increase of traffic. Why? Because we had the capacity to take that traffic. We invested more than $50 million last year. And this year is $33 million. To increase our capacity, as the chairman was saying, 2,800 cells added only on 4G, plus 49%, 95%, sorry, for the 4G. We added in Sierra Leone, Freetown, only more than 20 sites. Because 4G, I know there's some engineers here, when there's load on you load the site, there's so many traffic on the site, the coverage reduced. So many people are complaining about indoor coverage. Why? Because the site load will reduce the coverage. Even inside the head of department, we added a lamp site here internally. Some people, the chairman knows. So the investment is there. We have invested a lot. Our international bandwidth, because no internet can go in Sierra Leone without using ACE, 80% increase from May 2024 to now. What is the meaning of that? Is increase of cost for us. So what we did is to analyze why we have increase of traffic, congestion. We are investing a lot on it, but what we are having to make that investment possible is not proportional. If you have 80% increase of traffic, you have less than 15% increase of revenue, you have to analyze. We are business, we are looking for the customers to give them good quality. That's why we are investing. But we have to make sure that what we invest is sustainable. I'm Orange, yes, but my investment, I pay them myself. Nobody is giving us outside. It's either I go to the bank to take loan, or I take my cash here, I invest in the network. So because of that, we went to see the DG of NATCA before, we did it. He said no go. And he's right, because he said, before you do this, you have to convince me that what you are doing is normal, or you are taking in consideration the outcry of the customers. And that's what we did. We show everything that was there. And what we did is just a review of our portfolio. It's not an increase of price. When I say review of portfolio, I'm selling this 1.5 liter. I have a bigger one, 1 liter. I have a smaller one, 0.5 liter. I just analyze my portfolio and say which one is the problem for me and which one is bringing quality of service. And by the way, I have my customer experience director here. We have so many complaints about slow internet. And when we checked, most of them was using 1 Mbps. You cannot use a small car and expect having a Ferrari speed. And this slow internet, how it's bringing congestion, is like the traffic you are using the traffic. If you have a slow car and the road is not, you are increasing the road and the slow car is taking it, even the speed, the car that have the good speed, they will be affected. So when we analyze this portfolio, we said this product is bringing congestion. We have the option of 15 loan, we have the option of 40 loan, we have the option of 100 loan. So if we remove this portfolio in our portfolio as a business, I want also us to give us the right to review our portfolio. And that's what we did. We reviewed it because we know there's some option. If you want 15 loan, you can be connected for 1 day. 40 loan, you can be connected for 3 days. If you want 2 Mbps, you can take 100 loan, you can be connected for 1 week. And by the way, Chairman, we have some customers that were having 1 terabyte per month. 1 terabyte per month is 1,000 gigabyte. And if it's increased our cost, we are investing a lot, and the portfolio is not, how we call it, we have to review our portfolio. So why? Because we have to fight for the customer experience. And secondly, because as a business, I think you can give us the right to have a business plan, to have a business model, by also taking in consideration that we have to give all the possibilities to our customers. So today, in Orange Sierra Leone, we did not increase the price. We review our portfolio and we give the option to the customers to also have what they want. If you have 0.41 loan, you can buy. If you have 15 loan, you can buy. If you have 40 loan, you can buy. If you have 100 loan, you can buy. So there's a lot of possibilities that we have currently that lead to this. So again, it's like in the supermarket, I just withdraw one product and leave the rest of the product, and everybody has his own budget. 15 level is affordable for every student. We have our customers that are students. We have them. So 15 level, 40 level, 100 level. 100 level is the speed is not the same as the other ones. That's one also I wanted to highlight.
Hold on.
So,
Mr. Chief Executive, hold on.
Did we communicate?
Hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. In your case, you are not running a supermarket. You are not selling goods. Rather, you are yes, you are providing services. I can say, yeah. And then in this situation, I can put it to you again that the bundles we are talking about, I have experienced same on several amounts for 1 week. Maybe for 1 week. What do you mean?
Let me think. I think also it's good to explain. We have two bundles, two kind of bundles. First one is we sell the speed, and this one we said if you buy the speed, the time we give you, you can use it until the end of the time. There's another one is the volume you are buying, but that volume is valid for X period. If you buy the volume of this water, and we say the expiration date is 1 month, if you drink it in 1 day, it's finished, you will not have water inside.
So the speed is the Ferrari and the volume is the boss.
How can I know?
No, I'm not
Not the same technique you have.
I'm just explaining now.
Please stay. Hello. Please, this is serious. This is a very serious issue. You know, we are here today posing questions to them in the interest of the general public. And most of you are here representing especially the civil society and the press. Because by the time we leave here, we'll start seeing publications on social media. So let's pay keen attention and then let's get to the bottom of this thing, because I am refusing to understand what the chief executive of Orange is saying. You should have explained that one to us before. Don't take advantage over us.
Mr. CEO, I just want to guide you. You know, when I started, I said it's something simple that you guys made complex. And you're just perfecting that act again of making things complex. Please make it simple for people to really understand. Please. Again, I don't want to do your own talking. I really understand. But defend yourself.
What do you understand about it?
No, you want to explain.
Yes, proceed.
Continue with the volume and the expiry.
Before going to that, honorable members, honorable members, this is a very serious matter. We need to put seriousness in everything we see here. Sometimes Parliament can be united at every given point that will be compromised, the operators and all of that. And this is a very clear indication that we stand alone as members of Parliament and we stand with the people that we represent. So, in your presentation, Mr. CEO, this is what has been lacking a couple of years. The proper communications in which everyone can understand. Now, with all this analogy you are making, we are very attentive in this room, and some might find it very interesting, some might not find it very interesting. But in this point, at this particular moment we have to understand what you are saying. Let's connect the bundle speed versus the load. What are the processes you move to that point? I might not understand what you are saying. You might not get that clear. For me, when I want to subscribe, I subscribe because I want to use internet. I don't know whether it is bundle or whether it's a load. I just put more jumble, I subscribe, I pay my money. So that's not the reason why it is very important for you to go to the public and explain. 60%, I will assure you, 60% or 80% otherwise will not understand what you are saying. They will not understand whether they have bundle speed or they have bundle. For them, they will just subscribe on the usage. The layman there will subscribe for 7 days. Because I use a lot of app, for example, I subscribe for 7 days promotion or whatever I have, or the facility I have there. But because I want to open web page or do other things, that's why we trigger my megabytes very fast. But that man will not understand. So if you understand that and you tell them this is how the usage could be, they will understand. So this back and forth conflict will not come to our table all the time. When you are doing all of this analogy, it is important for you. You have quality staff. They can sit there. So you can't put NATCA under pressure at this point because you fail to do the needful.
Mr. Chairman, I want to appeal that we allow them to speak for themselves. Yeah?
I'm not speaking on behalf.
Let's allow them
I
to defend
speak
themselves.
what I experience. If I buy model, if I buy bundle at this point, back and forth, I will not understand how to separate them. He's explained how to separate it. Tell us how you do the separations. What is the bundle? What is the load? I don't understand. But for me, if I do bundle or whatsoever I do, I open web page. We've raised that issue. I've been with them for years. We've raised that issue a lot of times. But when you subscribe for 7 days, it takes you 1 day, it finishes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking on that behalf.
So it seems as if this is going to be the beginning of a series of engagements we are going to have on this matter. Yeah, but proceed because today is Friday. A lot of us will be going to the masjid. So,
yes. So in terms of communication, as we said, we have a lot of proof of how we communicated since 3 weeks about the change, and also about the understanding of our portfolio and offers. We do it also. We have videos.
Thankfully, I am a subscriber. Did you communicate to me?
For the collars?
For everything.
Yes.
Regarding to me?
If you are a collard buyer, you have.
No, I'm not a collard. You don't know when I will have to subscribe to collard or when I will have to subscribe to another.
What I want to say, all our.
No, hold on. The responsibility is on you to sensitize the entire customer base.
We did, sir.
No, well, I'm not sure. I did not receive a single text message from you. Even if you do, let me tell you, my aunts there in the Lumbaja cannot read and write.
We communicated in the radio. We have the images, and we communicated in the video. We communicated in social media. We communicated. We have the proof, but. We did it.
Take us through the process between, or tell us the difference between the bundle and the speed.
I think let me observe. Can we allow the manager or whatever of Komon-Tok to really explain? Then we take notes. Then we can assist this interjection will not take us through.
But the reason is again is presenting you. We cannot accept it.
Yes, so let us take note of that. Then we respond.
If there is a technical expert, call a technical expert to come and explain. Maybe we can understand, and we must reach a logical conclusion.
Chairman, what do you not understand? I want to understand what is not understood, so I know who to call. What is not understood?
Everything.
Okay. Again, I said the change we did, we had in this unlimited offer, because we have those offers. The unlimited offer was 1 day for 15 leon. We had 1 day for 15 leon, 4 days, 3 days for 40 leon. 1 Mbps 1 week for 60 leon, 2 Mbps 1 week for 100 leons. So these are the 4 offers we had since 1 year now. in May 2024. Then we did a portfolio review. I'll give you the reason why. Because of the traffic increase is very high, the revenue is not following. As Member of Parliament, I want you to give me the right as a business also to review my business plan. So that's what we did. Congestion, because we've invested to increase our sales, because they were asking if we invested, yes, plus 95% increase of 4G sales for 1 year, in only 1 year, plus 80% increase in our traffic international bandwidth. You can go and ask Zooglab, they will tell you, 80% increase. So that congestion is coming. What is making that? The unlimited offers. What? Which one? The one with 1 Mbps. And we went then, we explained to DG, before we did it, he said, roll back, we come back. And then we explain, we give him the proof. And he is also here to put a conducive environment for the investor to be able to invest. So what we did is to remove one offer and leave the rest. I think that's what I explained. The rest is there. So if you have a budget of 15 leon today in Orange, you can be connected for 1 day. If you have 40 leon, you can be connected for 3 days. And when we say unlimited offers, if you buy it, you connect during the time of the offer, all the time. You have internet. That's why some people were able to do 1 terabyte in 1 month with this 1 Mbps offer. So that one, if you connect for unlimited offers, you have the whole time of connection. Now, if you choose to buy the other type of bundle we have also, in those one, we buy it, we sell the volume, we don't sell the time. So in those one, if you have 3 gig, you buy 3 gig is 3 gig. If you finish, the 3 gig is finished. The other one is the time and the speed you buy. If you buy the speed and the speed.
So how can I understand this?
It's written.
Is it based on the
in
ads?
offers.
How can I get
The offers are clear when we send the offers in the public.
You have hash 144 hash. What's just like
It's there. You can see it. You can see it here when you go in the app. It's there. Even if you buy 144, it's there. It's fully written. Everything is there.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm.
Please hold on.
Yes,
Hold on. Let's hear from Afrisa. Yeah? Yes. Let's hear from Afrisa.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, you know, buy 40 leon, me buy 40 leon, expect me for the same service.
Let me take it 100 leon. Where you get speed?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Honorable members, please, let's have one meeting. If you want to contribute, you talk to the chair. Please.
Thank you very much, Chairman and honorable members. When you said we are Sao and Gina, I smiled. Because indeed I am Sao actually. But I know he's not Gina. Yeah, I'm Andrew Sao Fatoma, that's my friend. So I know he's definitely not Gina because my Gina is a woman. So just to take the cue from where CEO Seko mentioned, I will start because when we read the invitation from social media, says to come and answer to tariff increase.
Observation.
No, I read it through. We had the letter officially. Apologies for that. We read in different platforms, but I apologize. When we read through the letter, it did say. So the first thing we wanted to come here and respond to, the DG did mention, Seko did mention, we have not increased tariff.
Okay.
That we did not do at all. What have we done? What have we done? We have tariff, which is often regulated. We have bundles, which is played across the market. We have reviewed our service and bundle offerings. Yes. That, like I said, which is still there. So what we have done again is we have only reviewed our bundles, and you are Parliament, you understand the law, you write the laws, you know the laws better. What we try to do is to interpret in our own understanding and as advised. We know we cannot review and increase tariff without going through certain set of procedures, as you rightly mentioned, pursuant to section 117, if I can remember. I tried to take note of that. This is not what we did. The tariff on voice has the floor, it has a cap as set by our regulator, and we ensure we play within these brackets. When it comes to bundles, we used to have different bundles over the years. These are offerings that are normally flexible amongst competitors. It is what we use to attract our customers and what we use to drive our business. This is what is happening here. And we have different types of product offerings. We have straight bundles. We have unlimited bundles. What we are here for today is for the speed bundle that is unlimited. We have 1 Mbps, we have 2 Mbps, we have 3 Mbps, and as you may call, it's all the way up to 5, up to 10. It's as much as you want.
Mr. Fatoma.
Yes, Honorable.
Let's say, for argument's sake, yeah, we accept the fact that you did not increase your time. Yeah.
But did you go as per the dictates of this? Yeah, let's forget. Did you sensitize the public? The answer is no. Did you let us know? The answer is no. Come on, you are here because we exist. You are here as a company because we exist. If there is no customer, Mr. Seku, you are supposed to be back home. True. Don't treat us with levity, for goodness sake. Come on. You know, Mr. DG, we are not compromising this thing either. Yeah? Let's go back to the drawing board. Let me tell you, let these MNOs move away from MIMO.
What was that?
The multiple in, multiple out platform. Let them go and review it. Look for a possible option, please. All this explanation cannot help the people of this country. There are other options. No, what I'm saying, this is technical. Lots of consultations have been done on our side also. Yeah? They are operating on the multiple in, multiple out technique that allow multiple subscribers to come in with poor quality network, but they don't care because as long as they are selling their products, yeah, let them go back. Please, let us. What we should be discussing now at this moment is how we can get our people, our customers, our constituents, yeah, satisfied. Make it affordable and accessible for them. Like people in Jarakom where cannot afford 100 news to purchase. Like you want to put more pressure on me. In the next parliament, I will not be here. My constituent is there. He's listening. He will not go to the constituency and say, I'm working for NATCA. He's the director at NATCA. He will say, the honorable, my MP is not doing anything. So please, Mr. DG, call your your partners and all other stakeholders in the telecommunications industry, the civil society, call them, do engagements. You can even use them. But, you know, we don't know the economic hardship in the country at this moment. Or do we want to get massive failure in public examinations next year? Is that what we are saying? That by itself will undermine this the flagship program of this government. Let me tell you, DG. That by itself. And by that, the next moment you will not be here. In as much as I will not be here, when the people shall have voted me out, you will not be there too. That's just the fact. Yeah. So this is the, you know, these are business people. DG.
They're always there.
You are a technocrat, we are politicians. Hey, the gain we want to see is the happiness of our people. All we want to hear at this moment is to revert and let them improve on this. There are other options in this multiple in, multiple out technique they are using. They know that. You are also a technocrat, you know. Go back and review. Look at possible options. But for this one at this moment is unacceptable. Let us stop playing around the around the bush and then beating time there. Some of us are traveling. Some of us are going to the masjid. Let us don't waste time there. Yeah?
Mr. Chairman.
At this moment, please, the only answer is if you did not increase at all, go back and reverse it. Look for a possible platform. Yeah, you can decongest the network. But at this one you have adopted, no, Mr. DG is unacceptable. It doesn't have the lesson of this parliament. Thank you. I am not sure we need to please defend that. No, but it's not please. Yes. So let me hear from the chairman, please.
We are backing the chairman's ruling on this as members of parliament for two reasons. One, from all your explanations, you really let us understand that the people that are being targeted in this 1 BPS for 60,000 are actually the low-income people we represent. And these are the people who, when we call them, they dance with their hats in the streets of Freetown. These are the people that actually, well, when I say Freetown, it means the entire country. Everybody's here. And it also means what is making our job easy these days is the fact that we can easily send what we do as members of parliament online and people can see what we do. We have a small number of people actually coming to this parliament a year, but you see everything we do through the internet. So it means we must try to protect them. My problem is basic. The communication that was done was poor. The people were not properly informed, and therefore we owe it. The network is still struggling, so we owe it to our people. So we are saying, since it's not an increment, because that's what we are afraid of, nothing has been increased as far as the MNOs are concerned. We're just asking, let's go back to where we are and ensure whatever communication we can do within the possible period that will be given is properly done and our people are properly educated, and then the DG has said you can meet again and you inform the people better. But anything that moves from this parliament today and we say, okay, we now understand as members of parliament you can go in, our people will see us as we've betrayed their confidence. So we are asking, Mr. Chairman, we support your decision that through the DG, at least for the basic time we have, that we are all here, that we go back to where we are. Since there is no increment and there will be no loss on the side of the MNOs. That's what it made us understand. Thank you, sir.
After the chairman,
thank you very much. I'm not going to say something now. I just want Mr. Chairman, honorable members of Mr. Chairman, we don't want to, let us don't limit this meeting to just few people. Let's allow colleagues to contribute to these meetings as much as we have time. No, but let's allow them to have their bites on this one, and also let's allow the ministry to say something. Because these are the parents. The ministry have also said something. Please let them say something.
Give them 2 minutes.
Civil society.
Even Kisel.
Honorable members, we cannot determine who speaks here at this point, but
yes, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And for me, when AfriCell representative was speaking, I was forced to go through your system that I normally do to buy data for weekly basis. And okay, you say you did not increase, but I used to buy for 7 days, I used to buy 60 euros. For now, if I want to have internet for 7 days, I buy it at 100 euros. What's the Jiminian state there?
1 Mbps, we give you now 2 Mbps, which would have ordinarily been 100
What we have done here is, again, like I mentioned, we have removed one component that is creating issues for the network, so we can give you the speed. So let me just please, sir, honorable. We moved, ordinarily we were at 60 euros for 1 Mbps. Ordinarily we were at 60 euros for 1 Mbps. Today, you will get 2 Mbps for 100 euros. If we were to increase,
hold on, yeah. I have ruled on this matter at the moment. Let's hear from the ministry and the civil society. The ministry. Who's representing the ministry here? Okay, you are representing the ministry. Honorable members, hey, honorable members, let's pay attention, please. The line ministry.
Yes, thank you very much, honorable members. So basically, there are just few points that I want to highlight, and one is that really, as we are progressing in our digital journey, 1 BPS package is something that countries are now phasing out, because the ITU that sets global standards. The ITU that sets global standards actually defines broadband to start at 10 Mbps. However,
at a cheaper rate.
Hold
on, at a cheaper rate.
No, they don't put cost to it.
No, that's what we are saying. No, you know, the reason being, hold on. Hold on, please. Hold on. I hope you are not going to be the goalkeeper here.
But we need to
no, I hope otherwise we'll promote the goals on you. Please, don't be guided. We are here to represent the general public. Don't let us look bad in the eyes of the public. We are representing the ministry. Please. We are not here to if they cannot defend themselves, I am not sure the ministry can defend them. We will not even allow the DG who is regulating them. If I hold on, give the mic to.
Thank you very much. The leadership of the committee, 2 committees, members of parliament. I want to believe that this particular parliament is the people-centered parliament. And for us, from the civil society angle, we dove our hearts to you for being the people-centered parliamentarians. Now back to the issues. I will not go back to where we come from. because you said it all, that they should revert back to the old price. I just want to make an addendum that these two committees set up a task force comprising of the regulator, that is NATCA, the MNOs, the ISPs, and that of the civil society. Engineers from the authority should also be part of that task force, because their argument has been a kind of lame duck argument. They are now telling us that they have not increased the cost for data. But for many of us here and out there knows that the price has increased to a particular percentage. So what we are saying is this. To give you an insight, I was in McKinney yesterday, day before yesterday, and I subscribed to the 60 leons. The 60 leons, they did not allow me to have access. I had to go to the 100 leons. And the 100 leons, even though I was in McKinney talking to another person in McKinney, the clarity was not there. So for me and for many others, this network they have been talking about, congestion, this, that, they should have forecasted their customer base, that this particular platform or this particular promotion we are coming with will not be able to accommodate the customer base. So, like the leader was saying, why didn't they expand on the bandwidth before ever coming with those ones? So they did not forecast, and therefore the failure should not be our own liability. The liability should go back to them. And I want to thank you, like I did say initially, that you have been a people-centered parliament committee, and therefore we love our hearts to you, and we thank the entire leadership of the Parliament of Sierra Leone. So going forward, I think they will have to borrow from the leaf, from where we are, and at the same time, they should not take the people for granted, and they should not use us as they have been using us, because that has been their excuse that we want to increase since 2017. We want to increase, we want to improve on the network, and the network has been the same, no changes so far. So for us, they have been exploiting us, and it is an injustice on our part, and we cannot settle for that. And thankfully, our parliamentarians are fighting for us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. DG, Head of MNOs, we want to thank you for your investment. And you said you invested. We want to say thank you. But we also want you to continue to invest. Because the more you invest, the more you make things easy for us and for people in this country. Honorable members, please, when you invest, you allow things to go easy for us. But again, whatever the case might have happened in the process, whether it could have been increment or not, please just revert to what it is important for the people. Go back to where it was and see how you could manage the affairs of the people. These are customers. First and foremost, we have issues that has to do with the quality of service. That hasn't completed yet. We know we still have challenges in the process, but also we want to assure the people of this country that you are there for them and you're not here to go, you're here to stay. So by so doing, you provide better quality for them. Also, you make things affordable for them. Please, whatever the case, go back with NATCA, see how you can coordinate and see if they can go back to where they are, so that the people of this country can be satisfied with this service. Otherwise, we here as members of parliament will continue to monitor the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In the circumstance, Mr. Chairman, we are not going to leave it open-ended. We are giving you 24 hours. You did it in 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. This parliament is giving you 24 hours to revert. And I want to commend yourself for your service to this nation, for your fair treatment to this, because we have not had any complaint from the general public. at this moment. So I have to commend you on that. And for Africell and Orange, please, Mr. Tiji, do the needful. Otherwise, if they fail to revert, and then I am sure that's will be content, and then we let the heavy fine on them. Yeah. Please, civil society, especially the native consortium, kindly go easy on on them at the moment. Please, because they are providing service, they are investors, they are business people, they are investing their monies. Yeah, even though to a certain extent they are cheating the public, but please go easy at this moment and let's give them a grace period of 3 months and see how their service. Yes, a grace period. Let's see how the quality of service they will have to provide, and then you will take your away day. In the circumstance, this meeting, this summon is adjourned maybe to a later date that will be communicated to you. Thank you so much for calling.
Entertainment, we go dance to the beat, tell town well-being, make we rise from a seat. It's not a platform, we go speak the truth for the young and the old, now we voice we do. Come on, talk, you gon' hear me loud. We no go hide, you gon' make me proud. From salute to the world, we dey stand tall. Come here, we are. Oh yeah, we message for. Komon-Tok, it's how we voice. Armies who really make the choice from politics to health, we stand firm. Migration of ours, we come from. Komon-Tok, place to be, we dey and care for you and me. Komon-Tok, oh yeah, we did. For the future, we pave the way. We talk about the health, we need that for survive. Make the system better so we people could thrive. Entertainment, they speak the music, the flow. But we still go yarn the things we need to know. Political leaders, they gonna hear the cry. We could talk, come here, no we know go lie. Not Komon-Tok, we dey stand for the truth.